Hello, welcome to the channel Communicated. And today our topic is how to be a C-level marketing manager in an international company. Lily Smirnova, Global Marketing Director in Avenga, will help us with it. Avenga is an international service IT company that works in B2B market. Also, at the end of the video, Lily will give a bit of advice for that people that want to push their career in marketing management. So stay with us. We are going to make our interview in Zoom because now it's quarantine and we are responsible.
Hello, Lily. Thank you for accepting the invitation. And welcome to our channel. It's channel Communicated. How is your quarantine? How your stay-at-home work? How are you?
Thank you, Natalia, for invitation. So the situation is really interesting right now, right? So we call it uncertain times. Nobody was prepared to that, but still, the life is so much flexible right now. So we have to be very, very flexible and to really stick to the situation, to the current situation. I think like many people, I try to really find some, especially right now, emotional connection with myself, right? So we are sitting in the same environment, and that's pretty much very important. And basically, just give you a quick heads up, what we are sharing within the company as marketing is also like kind of communication, focusing also on the internal perspective, like employee focus. So our leadership in general, right? So they share the tricks, hints and tricks how to really be stable with your emotional life, with yourself. And this is something that we are sharing with each other because we see this very important, right? If everything emotional will be good with you, like this work-life balance, right? So the performance will be better and so on and so forth, right? And your life in general will be better.
It feels like you're a professional, not only in marketing, but in life balance too. Could you please tell us how did you start your marketing career?
Yes, so basically like over 10 years and something ago, I actually started my career as an English teacher, but in the IT area. I was a student. So I was a student, and those time like English was quite good and on my side, right? And I know that in Ukraine, we sometimes have the situation, right, when the English language is not really something like by default. So you need to really develop this, right? You have great specialists, but the second match, this language should be a little bit developed. So I started my career in a really professional agency as an English teacher to IT. And so I, like when I was a student, I got acquainted with several big IT companies. But in general, so that was not only the like English teaching, and there was something more. So we were into the topics. So what IT was talking about, like, very specific terms. So like during my 2 years or something in this area, so I got a lot about the IT, and basically I am there driving marketing, right? And the thing is, the very interesting thing is, right, that also in that agency, I was I was educated how to think about customers, the data sheets of customers, the communication with customer, and that's so much like close to marketing, right? I was like encouraged that we usually have sessions with our superiors. And by the way, the founder of the agency, the lady, she was basically like leading. She used to lead very big division, educational division in one of the biggest companies in Lviv, right, in Ukraine. So she was sharing everything. She was a great inspirator and so on and so forth. But the thing is, that was not only the teaching, and that was something more. And that was a lot of customer communication, which I haven't known that, this is something related to marketing. But at the end of the story, when one of the like my other colleagues recommended me for marketing position in also one of the biggest companies in Lviv in Ukraine. So all the experience I gathered was very practical, and so basically that was the basis for the new opportunity in the marketing. But I didn't have the practical experience, any practical experience in marketing, right? Just general experience about the industry, right? And also fit into requirements, like what they have for the position.
Nice. And what do you like and what you don't like to be a marketer?
So basically, in the marketing area, it's very important that it's so much broad. It's not really something very narrow, because you can call everything marketing, right? So how I tell my some of my students, or when I deliver some pitches and topics. So the thing is that marketing is everything, right? It's your package, it's the price, it's I don't know, some good advice to your customer, it's an email, right? It's your social media, it's how your employee speaks at some big conferences, and and even like small talk over t-shirt, right? This is it. And even some small talk over the phone with your customer, right? About nothing and not specifically about a product. So you can, specifically you can talk about some focuses, areas, that's true, but in broader manner. So marketing is everything. So you deal with lots of directions within big corporations or a small one, right? So this is something I believe is marketing, and that's why it's so much interesting, right? It has so many angles in it.
It's very nice, because today I have recorded a video what marketing is, because lots of people don't understand what is it, because it's everything, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you go to the cafe and if you are served with great dishes, but the waiter is not smiling or something, and is gloomy, so you say, oh my God, the whole appearance about the cafe, about the brand, right, is not really positive, right, from you as a customer. And this is basically the marketing as well.
Yeah, customer experience. And what you don't like, if there's something you don't like.
I'm not very good in financial stuff, but that's me personally. I like analytics and numbers, but in terms of, marketing is something that you cannot predict, right? And for example, say, okay, this is the campaign, we have the budget for campaign, and you never know if this budget is enough. Maybe if you put a little bit more, for some specific campaign, right, you would have this result, you will reach something. And it's not like specifically that I don't like this, but there are some challenges, right? I would call it challenges. And specifically about, all this stuff around budgeting, knowing, so how much budget to put into this, right? And will it be really working at the end of the day? Will it give you results, right? You have to be really positively minded, like toward it really would have success. And if fail fast, and and to focus on something else, because in marketing you never know. Some of, for example, right, like video content, right? Some of the video content could be really viral, right? It has delivers some sense, it has some provocation or whatever. But sometimes you put a lot of efforts and a lot of thinking, in some kind of video or content or something, but at the end of the day, it doesn't work. And that's the reality. That's challenging, right? You need to test.
Yeah. And you just mentioned that you have so many different areas to work. Maybe you could share, for example, 1 week experience or 1 day, because I think 1 week it would be more presentable because it's different things. Tell about your week, for example. Who are you talking to? What are you doing? What are your usual tasks?
Yeah, so basically, like I am marketing director, right? So my overall activities are a little bit different from, the marketeer, right? For example,
Mhm.
right? So we
Yeah.
have, in our team, we have approximately 16 in general, in total, together with German colleagues, Polish colleagues, and Ukrainian team. And the thing is, right, so like, I mean, so if we have marketeers, so we have the specialties, right? Social media manager, digital, brand manager, and so on and so forth. So, but like to share what's on my table. So basically, I am into budgeting and into those financials, right, which are really challenging. That's why I'm talking about that, right? This is like challenging stuff. But anyway, you need to to try and test, right? And the risk is sometimes a lot of the communication is with management, right? With our core team of management. So there are 10 people in it, and we need to, like, we often update each other on what's going on, what needs to be featured, discussed, communicated from Avenga personally, and so on and so forth. And marketing, as like biggest part of the marketing, is communication in general. So the message, what, who, it's very important. I do really work with team, and
Like
so I'm not really like the project manager or whatever, but sometimes I am like this, and I really like, and basically it's not about liking, but I really try to help team to settle projects and make them, like, to have the delivery parts, to have the time projection, right? When we deliver, what we delivered. I'm taking part in creativity discussions. We also have a separate group that really has a funny name. Called PornHub Ideas. We are like, the thing is, like, it's very funny stuff, right? We were following PornHub, and it has the amazing marketing approach and marketing communication. So just sharing my professional insight, they are doing it's so much great interest, and basically very was fun, with a lot of fun, and really something great. They have a lot of value communication, how they support the planet, what campaigns they do, how they like bring this to the world, and like basically with some core team. So we're having this quite often discussions, what to bring to our social media communication, or any short-term campaign, whatever it can be, inspired, by this company. Basically, we now continue doing in our own way, but anyway, this name sticks to this direction of creative brainstorming. And in our calendar, you would find like bi-monthly meetings, like called like PornHub Ideas, right? And this is something this is about creativity and so on and so forth. Of course, in my schedule, there are lots of stuff about process. So marketing is aligned and communicates within the company, and integrates within the company with other units and departments. For example, we really collaborate close with our units of designers, right? Which have the center is in Berlin. So we have a really great professional team of designers in Berlin that are responsible for customer experience. And this is first. We have close collaboration with technical people, because they are sharing their knowledge on some specific technology that we are then featuring in our communication as well, editorial calendar, and so on and so forth, the content in general. And another direction is our salespeople, right? So one of the functions that we have in marketing is sales support and sales partnership, and that's super important that that we have this close collaboration. And if salespeople do their campaign, so we are there to help them and do something aligned with them. So HR, employer branding function, right? Like this is also about communication with your team internally, and about some other activities that are focused on our employees. But anyway, since we also have a part of our value proposition, values, mission, like delivered and hosting in marketing. This is very important that we share with those teams across the different countries where our offices are, right? And involve with the team into, all this organization stuff as well, ideation, process, delivery, what, when, how, and so on and so forth, especially in this uncertain time, right? So I would probably call it communication, and that's communication, market communication, internal communication, colleague and peers communication, superior communication, right? And one of our management member called this over communication. So in this uncertain time, we need to over communicate. Right. And this is what we are doing. This is what we are doing because we believe that that's super important. We communicate a lot, right? Sometimes I'm super interested to really do the project. I'm like kind of not only on the ideation stage, but could be something when there is some inspiration and some time, right? So that's something that I can help with new approaches to our content delivery, or design, or something like that, or some new ideas, what we can do, how we can do, so like and do this, or at least do like canvas for that, so on and so forth, to really kickstart the project. So I always encourage my team to not think a lot, but really think iteratively, right, and do it. And this is like I try to explain all this by my own example, right? So how I'm doing this, right? Trying to share this with the team.
Yeah, do it a leader.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, as I understand, marketing is something that connects everything, because it's everywhere really. And you said about projects, so marketing is more about project, not like operation, I think. Yeah.
So basically, we have different kind of stuff, right? Of course, we have a lot of operational stuff. What I mean by operational, so this is something operational. Okay, there is the website, and we definitely need to populate, update some stuff on the website, right? We definitely need to give some updates to our people, update signatures, right? In terms of some branding guidelines and so on and so forth. And there are lots of operational, especially if there are a lot of parties involved. So you see, so there should be a lot of the operational stuff. But on top of that, we have a lot of the campaigns, like campaigns and projects that you call it like this. And what we do, this is a very great stuff for people, because this is something that includes ideation, right? That includes like brainstorming stuff, what we can do, how can we do that. It includes planning, it includes people discussion, who is doing what, like responsibility metrics, right? And then the real process to implement this stuff and make it happen. So and that's pretty much like the project-based stuff, right? And this is so like I would say that we have both, right? Because you can never live without operational. It's basically also an integral part. It's not very interesting, but you need to do this stuff, right? Operational. Yeah,
sounds really interesting and fascinating job. So maybe somebody wants to be a marketer and pushing his or her career in this direction. What would be your bit of advice for some steps, or maybe some major things or skills that person should do?
So basically, if you want to be a marketeer, there is marketeer generalist, but this is something that you probably need to know, like every aspect, what is social media, what is communication, what is brand, and what is digital, right, in general. How to do content, but the thing is that this is more like project manager or leading role already, right? Then you are the generalist and you know what is for each specialty. If to do the marketing right, it's better than if a person want to start the marketing career, it's better than person focuses on some specialty, right? Specialty. So this way and this manner, this person could be really like a professional and very deep, right, in some specific area. And if he or she is deep, it's really always all the time attractive to talk to those people, and those candidates become attractive if they know like the deep stuff, how it really operates from the deep, like, you know, from that perspective, from this deep perspective. This is like the advantage of the candidate over others when you want to start. So I would probably give the advice to those people who want to start the marketing like career, whatever, to start from some specific focus. And then try, if you are there already, so you would understand this not only in that direction. I suppose good leaders and managers would give the opportunity to those people to practice and try some other directions, right? So the person can then compare, right, and think for him or herself, right, what he or she likes more, right? And create this basis for generalism, marketing generalism.
To know everything, but something in deep and something just general, like a manager.
Yeah.
If you want to be a manager, I think you have to be some kind of leadership and some manager skills too.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to lead the team, so just to be generalist, it's not enough, right? So that's you're absolutely right. Project management tools, methodologies often comes in handy, but the only thing that you have to keep in mind is that sometimes you work with really creative people like designers and marketeers, right? And project management and the stuff does not always work, right? You know, some like ordinary tools or methodologies, because you just need inspiration, and creativity for the work, right? And it's not something that you say, okay, I use Trello, I started this project today, but if today is not the day, so you need to start tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and so on and so forth.
Okay, Lily, thank you for your time. I know that you are really busy. It was very nice to hear you and see you. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Natalia. It was really a pleasure for me to share some experiences from my side. And if any other questions, I'm always welcome to answer and give any advice.
Okay, thank you. I just hear that your company giving some advice to entrepreneurs. It's really awesome.
Absolutely. So we try to be really involved with the current situation, and to do our best, you know, what we can do to our clients, partners, or any other people that have no like relations to the company in general, especially solopreneurs or entrepreneurs and small companies, right, which probably may suffer a lot from the current situation.
Oh, it's very nice. So thank you one more time, and bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I hope this interview was really interesting and helpful. If it was, please tell me about it, subscribe, and see you later. Bye.